You tripped in front of everyone. Your face went red, and your brain decided, right then and there, to store that moment in 4K Ultra HD and replay it at 3 a.m. for the next 10 years. Here's what nobody tells you. Everything your body just did was working perfectly. Your brain didn't glitch. Your face didn't betray you. The science says the exact opposite of what you believe about embarrassment. And by the end of this, you'll understand exactly what's happening in those moments and why it's quietly working in your favor. This is the world's shortest course on handling embarrassment. No fluff. No just be confident nonsense. Just pure psychology that actually works. Let's start with something wild. Charles Darwin called blushing the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. Not breathing, not laughter. Blushing. And here's why that matters. No other animal does it, not chimps, not dolphins, not wolves. Only us. Because blushing isn't a flaw, it's evolution's most sophisticated social signal. When you blush after messing up, your body sends an involuntary, unfakeable message to everyone in the room. I care. I know I crossed a line. I'm safe to be around. And here's the kicker. Researchers found that whether or not you blush after a social mistake can literally determine whether people forgive you. Think about that. Your worst enemy in the moment, that hot flush creeping up your neck, is actually your defense lawyer, making your case for you in real time. UC Berkeley ran 5 studies and confirmed it. People who visibly blushed after a mistake were rated as more trustworthy and more likable than people who stayed cool or tried to hide it. Their conclusion, word for word, moderate levels of embarrassment are signs of virtue. So the thing you hate most about your embarrassing moment, it's literally saving your reputation while it happens. But here's the bigger problem. You're convinced everyone saw, everyone remembered, everyone is thinking about it right now. A psychologist at Cornell decided to actually test this. He handed students a t-shirt with Barry Manilow's face on it, deliberately picked because students rated it the most embarrassing option possible, and sent them into a room full of strangers. Before walking in, the wearers predicted about 46% of people would notice the shirt. The actual number? 23%. Less than half of what they feared. Then they ran it again with normal shirts. Wearers guessed nearly half the room would notice. The real number was 8%, a 6 times overestimate. This is called the spotlight effect, and here's the part that should genuinely rearrange how you see yourself. When people watch someone else wear the embarrassing shirt, they guess the number correctly. The bias only kicks in when it's you, because your brain is soaked in your own anxiety and assumes everyone is as focused on you as you are. But they're not. They're trapped in their own heads, replaying their own Barry Manilow moments. You are not the main character of anyone else's story, and that's not sad. That's freedom. Now, why does embarrassment hurt so much? And why does it haunt you? For years, because it's not a metaphor. Scientists put people in brain scanners, socially excluded them, and watched the exact same region light up that processes physical pain. Not similar, identical. Your embarrassment is a real biological pain event. And here's what makes it worse. You can re-feel that social pain years later, at full intensity. You can't re-feel a broken arm once it's healed. But that moment from 2009? Crystal clear. Because your brain files social pain as survival critical and refuses to let go. But this is where it gets interesting, and this is the part to actually remember. Scientists discovered something called reconsolidation. Every time you recall a memory, it becomes temporarily unstable, like a document you've reopened, but haven't saved yet. And in that window, the emotional weight of the memory is rewritable. Here's where almost everyone goes wrong. Every time you flinch away, every time you grab your phone to escape that 3 a.m. spiral, the memory gets saved again, with its full emotional charge intact. You're not avoiding the cringe. You're strengthening it. The fix, High, is the opposite of your instinct. Let the memory surface. Feel the cringe for a second. Then widen the frame. Not, it didn't happen, your brain isn't stupid. Instead, it happened. And here's everything else that's also true. No one else remembers this. I survived it. It shaped nothing. That reframe made in that unstable window can permanently drain a memory of its power. In one study, the effect held for over a year. You're not stuck with the cringe. You've just been hitting save instead of edit. In 1966, a psychologist made a discovery that should have changed how we all behave, and almost nobody knows it. He played people a recording of a brilliant quiz contestant who then spilled coffee all over himself. Listeners rated him significantly more likable than the flawless version of the same man. The blunder didn't damage him. It completed him. This is the Pratfall Effect. Competent people who slip up become more magnetic, not less, because the mistake closes the distance. It makes them human. When Jennifer Lawrence tripped on the stairs at the Oscars, it didn't hurt her. Half the world fell in love with her that night. But here's the upgrade. Recent research most people haven't caught up to yet. Across 6 experiments with over 3,000 people, scientists found that for small, harmless mistakes, laughing at yourself actually beats showing embarrassment. People rated the self-laughers as warmer, more competent, and more real. Because when you laugh at a minor slip, you're telling the whole room, I know this wasn't a big deal. But when you look mortified over something tiny, people read it as an overreaction. And it quietly works against you. One caveat. If someone actually got hurt, embarrassment is the correct response. The reaction should match the weight of the moment. And knowing that difference is what emotional intelligence actually looks like. So you understand the science now, but what do you actually do in the moment it happens? When your face is hot and the room just went quiet? Here's the move. It takes about 10 seconds and it works because it hijacks the exact systems we just talked about. Step 1. Breathe out, slowly, longer than you breathed in. That single long exhale tells your nervous system the threat is over, and it physically lowers the panic response firing in your chest. You're not faking calm, you're switching it on. Step 2. Don't shrink. This is the one everyone gets wrong. Your instinct is to look down, go quiet, disappear. But shrinking tells the room something bad just happened. Instead, lift your head and let it land. A small, easy smile, maybe a shrug. You're sending the pratfall signal on purpose. This didn't shake me. Step 3, say one light line, out loud. Well, that was smooth. Okay, noted. Anything that shows you're in on the joke. The second you treat it as small, everyone else does too. Because remember, they take their cue from you. Breathe. Don't shrink. Make it small. 10 seconds. That's the entire playbook the calmest people in the room are running, whether they know it or not. And here's the secret nobody admits. They were never born unshakable. They just stopped believing the lie that everyone was watching. So here's the whole course. In 4 truths and 1 habit, your blush isn't weakness. It's a trust signal that works in your favor. The spotlight you feel is twice as big as the one that's actually there. Cringe memories can be rewritten, but only if you stop flinching away from them. For small mistakes, the person who laughs first owns the room. And when it happens, because it will, you breathe, you don't shrink, you make it small. Here's the truth I want you to actually walk away with. You will get embarrassed again. Next week, next month, probably tomorrow. That feeling is never going away, and now you know it was never supposed to. The people you think of as unshakable feel the exact same heat in their chest that you do. They just stopped treating it like an emergency. That's the only difference. Not confidence you're born with, a skill you build. So the next time your face goes red and your brain reaches for the replay button, you won't spiral, you'll remember the machine. You'll run the 10 seconds, and you'll move on, while everyone else is still stuck in their own heads. That's not the absence of embarrassment, that's mastery of it. This was the world's shortest course on handling embarrassment. If it rewired even one thing in your head, there's a whole series of these waiting for you. One small course, one real upgrade every single time. I'll see you in the next one.